Hello, everybody. Another day, another episode. Um, yeah, nothing much happened. It was at the studio today, yesterday. A lot of editing to do, a lot of new kind of editing. So, my client with a motorcycle wanted to make a video, of course. But in the edit, they wanted to put a highlight like a shockwave in a number that comes back every now and then throughout the whole video. And so I told them I've never done that, and I like challenges. So of course YouTube is a really good partner. Like I just wrote how to make lightning effects DaVinci Resolve, because I'm using DaVinci, and of course a ton of videos about it, and I found the right one, followed the instructions. At the start I was like, oh my god, I need to use the Fusion part of DaVinci, which I never used before, and turns out it's quite logical. Like, it's not as hard as we think. It's scary at first, but then as soon as you add the layers, the different effects, it makes sense. And so, but you have to be patient, really patient. Maybe it's the way I do it, that I need to be patient. But it took a while at first to understand and to stay calm, because sometimes frames by frames you have to adjust the selection in this case. And for one reason or another, at some point it just totally missed the point. Like I did everything, took 40 minutes to do 40 frames, and then once I exported the video, it's as if nothing happened, as if it didn't save anything. So the selection just went all over the place. And I have to say, at that point I was a little bit, stay calm, stay calm. You have to do it again anyways. So I did it again, and now the client is happy. So yeah, it's like basically AI. Got something new a few days ago, learned something new today, and tomorrow will be another day. And also today I had two types of shoot. Well, kind of one type of shoot, but two different groups. So the first one was just ID photos of two babies, which is not always easy, because sometimes kids, small kids, are in a period of time where they're very scared of everything. And one was a little bit scared of me, and he was 2.5, and his baby brother, who was 1, was nominated by him to be the first one to take an ID photo. So of course the baby that's 1 year old, he's just intrigued by the light, so it's perfect. You just have to, he's looking straight at you. So it was easy. Second kid, sorry, was easy as well after all, because he saw his baby brother do it. Nothing happened, so okay. But then the second shoot was a pilot, and I never photographed a pilot. So it was very interesting to talk a little bit, exchange a little bit, because I don't know anything about piloting. I don't know about flying a plane. And of course I had the question that a lot of people are asking pilots, and I had it as well, because I've been targeted or whatever by those groups. But right now I see a lot of flat earth conspiracy theorists, And you see a lot of those videos of people asking pilots, is the Earth flat? And some pilots are playing the game and they're saying, yeah, of course it's flat, blah, 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 blah. But they don't see, the people who film, don't see that he's playing with them. And of course, this pilot today also told me, no, of course, it's not flat. Which is logical, but yeah, I was like, screw it, I'm still gonna ask it. And yeah, I had a lot of questions also concerning just how a plane works in general and how many hours he needs to be able to fly for this or for that. And you know, a lot of people are complaining that companies are searching for people who have experience. Well, turns out plane companies, sorry, I don't know how to say it, I forgot the right term, but turns out plane companies are also looking for pilots who have thousands of flight hours. And here, the guy is basically a new one. So he has 200, 250 hours of flight. And that's nothing. I mean, for us, it's a lot. But I mean, for that world, it's nothing. It's difficult to go to a company, airline company, there we go, and say, look, here are my 200 hours, I want to be pilot. It also doesn't work that way there. And so I was also quite surprised. So yeah, it is. It's unfair, but it's part of the job, I guess. It's part of life. You have to prove to them that you're worth being there. And so it was a few portraits. I had to take a few portraits of him. And it was quite urgent because it was to post on his CV, resume. And so yeah, I edited them immediately. He got like 6 photos, 6 colors, 6 black and white, just to be sure. So yeah, got something new every day. It's what I told you a few days ago, with ID photos that are not the most interesting, but you get to meet people, and that's one of them. A new person, new questions, new knowledge, because it's just answering questions, so it's not a lot of details, but it's enough. It's enough to have a foot in it, or a toe at least. So yeah, and I also just wanted to talk about videos on YouTube, Instagram, because on Instagram what you see a lot is those videos with a lot of animations, a lot of sound design, a lot of video effects. And for me, it's not really my thing. In my corporate work, I try to sell a more natural image. Also, I try to sell only landscape videos, even for Instagram. Because for me, I don't know what you think, but if someone is interested in your company, in your product or whatever, if the video is not in portrait mode, if that person is interested, it's not gonna harm him or her to turn the phone. So it's not this or this that's gonna be the end of the world. So I always sell my clients a landscape mode. So I just put the landscape in vertical, so people just have to do this. And it's not the end of the world. Again, if people are interested in your product, they will do it. And I don't put all these video effects of flashing lights between images, because some will say it's very cinematic. Well, I don't find it cinematic, because once you go, if you go to the cinema and you go watch a movie, you rarely have those kind of transitions or those kind of sound effects. It's all going to be more natural, and that's what I'm trying to sell as well to my clients. Keep things natural, good lighting, nice images, trying to more cinematic, so that aesthetically and story-wise it has a sense. So yeah, that's my point of view. Again, some people will disagree with me. I think the vertical format will soon disappear again. This year it will be gone at the end of the year. This year the people will turn their phone, or we will have phones that are more wide or square. Because look, people are watching YouTube on their phone. Well, YouTube is not really vertical except the shorts, but the videos that they're interested in, it's landscape. So they take the phone and they do this. Instagram is going to be the same at some point. Or they will change the format, or like they always do. Or they will bring new phones that are more square or landscape. You never know. So yeah, but I got asked why I didn't do that, so that's why I'm telling you now why I don't do that. It's because personal taste, I guess. And because I've always been a fan of cinema and so on, and never been a fan of vertical. So yeah, that's it for today. It's going to be more edits, which is nice because I will be on the computer the whole day and the whole evening again, and that allows me in between to edits, for example, to watch tutorial or do some research for my projects. I know it sounds weird when I talk about my projects like this, but like I told you in the beginning, in the first episode, I'm not going to tell you what my projects are yet. I will tell you once it's done. And once the first step is done, once it's official, then you will know. I'm sorry for making you wait like that. So yeah, have a nice evening, have a good day, and see you later. Bye-bye.